My fellow Kenyans, do not be sucked into the fallout that is imminent between the president and his deputy. There is nothing for you there. Indeed, do not be offended when the two fall out, because unless you have been benefiting by association, do not be sucked into this. Indeed, I would want to categorically and with humility urge the communities in Mount Kenya and urge the communities in the Rift not to think that there is anything for them in this government. There is nothing for them in this government. The fertilizer that was supplied by this government the other day, stones and sand and the rest of the things the fake fertilizers that was brought to our farms was indeed going into the basket of the nation, food basket of our country. That is the Rift Valley and the Central and the Mount Kenya region. They never came together to speak for your crops. They never came together to speak for your profits. They never came together to speak when you are suffering from floods. They never came together to speak when there is biting shortages of vaccination in our hospitals so that our children have no immunization. This never happened even when the white man was in charge of the state. Between 1920 and 1963, vaccines have never lacked in our hospitals. They never came together to speak for you when these things were happening. They are not even coming together to discuss the deteriorating state of education. When teachers are threatening striking, they are not here. When the children of the poor are sleeping out and in absolute bad conditions, they are not speaking for you. When demolitions are happening in the Eastlands, they never came together. When you see our country reeling under the pain of debt without accountability, they never came. So when they start falling out, how are you involved? What is in their falling that affects your daily suffering and daily pain? There is no Kikuyu who is being fought because Gachagua and Ruto are fighting. There is no Kalenjin who is being threatened because President Ruto and his deputy are at cross purpose. In any case, when you see these two fights and you see the people fueling them, the first thing you must know is that the people who have been benefiting are the people who are feeling threatened. But the larger masses, us, we are in peace. We are doing what we do to feed our children. We are doing what we do to contribute to the building of the republic. When these two start fighting, be sure the formula for sharing the state coffers has been disagreed. When you see indeed these people fighting, somebody has been removed from the pot. And the honey inside the pot can no longer be licked because some fingers have been removed. This is the war. It is not about you. It is not about your suffering. It is not about your taxation. It is not about your suffering in and out of your household. No. It is about them. It's about the expanding empires. And you must do good to keep away from them. I have thought about this for some time. And I had thought of not saying it. But I thought I would be betraying the generations of millions of people who are wondering what is happening. There is nothing happening except fallout for selfish gain. So will you join this war? Why should you? Will you sympathize with either? Why should you? Shall you pray that one of the faction falls? Why should you? Why? They came together by galvanizing hatred and fear. And they used lies to build a castle that is now fumbling and mumbling. A castle that cannot be sustained. I have told you before, you may use trickery to you can use trickery to ascend to power. But to sustain that power, tricks, magic, and lies cannot. Because power deserves a better and a more sophisticated formula to quote her. So, fellow Kenyans, keep off this fallout. Whether it is manufactured or whether it is indeed authentic, my thinking is that it is authentic. Keep off. Do what you must do. There is nothing for you here. When they were united, you are suffering. When they are not united, you will not suffer more. So, do what you must to improve yourself. Do what you must to build your castle. Do what you must to provide for your children. To go to school and empower yourself. To do what you must in your farm to grow your crops. To do your business and increase profits. Do what you must. Avoid this charade of disunited presidency. It doesn't fit you.